中国大陆现在的整个总体的国力，我们一直在强调，它的总体的国力跟军力在全世界整个国力排名第2。
台湾名嘴谈大陆实力第一段，
我永远在说的中国威胁里面说，中国是在一个快速建军的一个国家。那我们所看到的，简单的说，无论是海陆空天，或者是现在说的火箭军，更重要的是它其他的庞大的科研实力。大家不要忘了，蛟龙号可以潜到人类最深的深浅，这样的军工发展的实力是什么样的实力？不要忘了，嫦娥可以在无人的情况之下去登陆月球，那这样的电子运算的实力是何等的实力？所以在军事的实力也在上升的情况之下，中国补足了它以前的短。
第二段
very concerned lately about China. They're in Africa. They're lending money to countries to build ports and different infrastructure.
To build what?
Port.
And what's wrong with that?
And well, because
countries that need ports get ports.
But they're making people dependent on. I mean, I know it's the same thing that we've done, which is
no, it's
horrible
not.
Around the world.
They are far more humanistic than the United States ever was.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. So.
Let me give you an example. Of course, they are peddling for influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they are non-interventionist. Absolutely non-interventionist in a way that Europeans, the West, has never managed to fathom. The Chinese never asked Apple to go to Shenzhen and produce all the iPhones. It was Steve Jobs that decided that. Yeah? It was not China that went to Washington, D.C. and demanded that they buy a third of your national debt. If they hadn't bought it, you would be in serious trouble. When it comes to the influence of China outside its borders, it's quite remarkable that they don't seem to have any military ambitions. Instead of going into Africa with troops, colonially, destroying the country, killing people like the West has done for the last 100 years, what they did was they went to Addis Ababa and they said to the government, we can see you have problems with your infrastructure. We would like to build some new airports, upgrade your railway system, create a telephone system, and rebuild your roads. And we'll do this all for free. No strings attached. We don't want anything from you. And they did.
第三段
blockchain projects and digital currencies being developed elsewhere, such as the case of Libra.
Well, Congressman, we have a lot of competition around the world. And you're right that over the last decade, pretty much all of the major internet platforms have been American companies with strong free expression values. And I just think that there's no guarantee that that is the state of the world going forward. Today, 6 of the top 10 companies are coming out of China.
To Facebook. You see Alipay and WeChat Pay working. Why not just do a Facebook version of Alipay in order to level this?
Congressman, I think you're right that they're certainly competing not just with us, but all of the American companies on this. Part of the infrastructure that they're building on is a lot more modern than some of what we would have to build on here. As soon as we put forward the white paper around the Libra project, China immediately announced a public-private partnership working with companies like that to extend the work that they had already done with Alipay into a digital renminbi as part of the Belt and Road Initiative.
第四段
Majority of their huge population from poverty to the middle class and mostly cornered the market in 5G and pharmaceuticals. Oh, and they bought Africa. Their new Silk Road Initiative is the biggest infrastructure project in history, indebting not just that continent, but large parts of Asia, Europe, and the Middle East to the people who built their roads, bridges, and ports. If you want to go anywhere in the world these days, you better have a yen for travel. Yen for travel. Oh, stop it. In China alone, they have 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. America has none. Our fastest train is the tram that goes around the zoo. China sees a problem, and they fix it. They build a dam. We debate what to rename it. That's why their airports look...
第五段
很难用简单的道理来区分谁对谁错，说不清，各说各话。但对我们来说， 太紧迫了，叫世界100年未遇之世界大变。2点，一点是中国的经济总量超过了美国忍受的极限，他一般把这种极限定位在60%。当你的总量超过我的经济总量的60%，那就说明你要对我老大的地位构成威胁啊！无论你是英国，你还是日本，你是兄弟还是对手，都不行。心态可以理解，但这种想法有点不太合适。能不能超过你，关键在你自己呢，不在于别人。如果你做得好，你发展得好，别人永远超不过你。你自己做得不好，还不允许别人超过，这好像有点不太。因为人类社会的进步是一种客观规律，是谁也挡不住的。所以现在我们已经达到了接近美国经济总量的75%尽管我们人均 GDP 还相对比较低，但是经济总量也行。所以这个总量的问题啊，你从社会学角度还是从自然科学角度，当两个实体经济总量相符的时候，它必然会产生一定的冲击啊，因为市场都是全球市场不一定产生交叉，所以产生纠纷。
第6段，
外联。可是我是个有身份证的中国人，信不信？是不是像你们的？哈哈，是真的，不是假的。大家好，我是不见外的潘维廉，你们可以叫我老潘，我没那么老。也我曾是一家美国公司的老板，是大学的教授，越教越瘦。但我最喜欢的身份还是中国厦门人。我最喜欢的一首歌也是闽南歌，三婚天主家，七婚口拍表爱表。
第7段，
后来慢慢的，这个国务院就开始推广，11年的年底，他们推广一个营养中餐，现在每一年就花了多少40亿美元，给超过3000万个孩子一个营养中餐。你看中国政府这个是一个看不清楚的问题，一个 invisible problem， 对不对？后来发现问题，发现怎么解决这个问题，中国就是一下子都推广692个贫困县的营养中餐的项目啊，这个没有一个国家。没有任何的国家在全。
第8段。
And a spaceship on the dark side of the moon. Do you think the Russians don't know that for the first time since John Glenn was sent up to orbit this planet, America cannot put a person into space without asking the Russians to do it? That we're not investing in the young generation of Americans? That we're willing to lose the race for artificial intelligence to the Chinese when China is rising? That China's GDP has quadrupled since 2001, tripled since 2003, doubled since 2009. Do we think that no one in the rest of the world knows all of that about us? For 10 years. For 10 years. Madam President. And now we're here with the government shutdown over his broken promise while the Chinese are landing spacecraft on the dark side of the moon.